Blessing J Official. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be part of our legendary family. So today we're going to be talking about respect my culture. We are all from different culture, different backgrounds, and culture is simply defined as the way of life of a people. This video was actually inspired after I watched a video about a comment a lady made about Nigerian food, and that lady said Nigerian food were smelly and that she was not going to give her house because she had a house for rent, and she was not going to give her house out to a black guy. I don't like to use that word black, like, a dark skinned guy. And she just assumed that he was from Nigeria, where in fact he was not even a Nigerian. And she was like, oh, sorry, I can't, I cannot rent my house to you because Nigerian food smells. And the man was like, that's a very racist comment to make. And she was like, no, I'm not racist. I have black friends. And because you have black friends or you have white friends doesn't mean you're not racist or doesn't mean you are racist. What I mean by that is there are things that make people call other people racist. And this racism topic, it's a very wild topic, and usually anything said against a certain race of people is considered racist. So just boxing everybody into one category and saying that a whole people's food smell, that could be perceived as racism, and by that you are considered a racist, which in fact you might not be, but just because of your lack of understanding and knowledge of things you should say and should not say, you are a racist in that sense, because you refuse to rent your house to someone just because of their food. I mean, even if that's your reason, you should have a better way of putting it, not because the food is smelly. And I want to say something. I've had the opportunity to live in very different cultures, like a very totally different culture from where I am from. I'm a Nigerian, and I've had the opportunity to live in a Latin American country where everything, I mean everything, is very different. Everything is different. Not even like I was like, you wake up in one world and you're in another world. That's exactly how I can explain it. It was a very different experience. Everything was different. Everything. And it's important you respect people's culture, and food is part of people's culture because it's a culture, is a way of life. So the food people are used to eating is part of them. So you calling out someone's food smelly, that's not nice, because in a fact, every food smell, everything has a smell. Every food smells. So what I do you mean by, just because you consider that food unpleasant to you, doesn't mean that your food that you eat, it doesn't smell. It smells still. It still smells. And a lot of people do not know how to address these things. And I can tell you, from my experience in that other Latin American culture I lived, I tell you, there were a lot of things that I considered unpleasant to me. And I came to understand, I have to respect these people because this is what they are used to. And I also have what I'm used to. And probably if they were to live in where I'm from, they would also feel different because they are not used to that. And when you're in another man's country, or you're in a country different from yours, the culture there will be dominant. All you can do is influence and share from where you are from, but you also have to accept what they have and respect it. And there were, from a personal example, there were a lot of times like I would be offered food to eat, which is their food, and they, for example, I will give a very specific. A lot of the Latin American food taste from the country I went to, they enjoy acidic taste. Almost everything they put lime. And they have this in almost all their food. And then when you eat it, they're like, wow, que rico, que rico. Like, so delicious, so delicious. Oh, so nice. And me, where I'm from, we enjoy this taste of sweet. You know, our tongue have different tastes. And there's the sweet, there's the acidic, there's the sour, there's the mamey taste. I am not used to eating acidic things. And they eat this and they're like, que rico. And I'm like, inside I'm like, oh my God, what's this? This is not sweet. Because I'm not used to that taste. And I'm like, this is not sweet. This is acidic. I don't understand how you say this is sweet. You know, I'm not even enjoying this for anything. I'm not enjoying it. But, you know, you have to be respectful and you have to think like, you know, to him this is sweet and to me this is not sweet, and I accept that. I accept that fact. This is sweet to him, this is not sweet to me. And we are not in any problem. And maybe if I give myself time, I will learn. I will come to enjoy what they enjoy if I finally do, and I might just never like it. So we need to learn to respect people culture. We need to learn to respect, you know. That's why it's important to travel, because when you travel you have a taste of different ways of life from the kind of life you're used to. Like, another cool example, in Nigeria, if you cook with sugar, you put sugar in, for example, a pot of rice, oh my God, it's like you don't know how to cook. And in this other country where I lived, they literally make a meal called arroz con leche, that's rice and milk in milk. They put sugar, condensed milk, fresh milk, put some cinnamon and stuffs in it, and they cook that thing. And the first time I ate it, I was not used to eating rice that had sugar. And I ate that thing. I was like, ew. I was like, no, I don't like this. Like, no, I can't eat it. And then, you know, I have to be very polite. I'm like, thank you very much, guys, but I can't eat this. I'm not used to it, you know. And there's no big deal. And they will understand, like, you know, she's not used to it. But I tell you, over time, like after 2 to 3 years, I got I learned how to eat it, and now I can tell like the best one of that same food, of that same arroz con leche, like the one that was cooked better than others. So, but it took me time to adjust to that, and there are still some things which I just cannot eat. There are still some things which I just cannot eat. I just don't like them, and it's not because of culture or anything. I don't like it. So, you know, we need to be respectful of what people eat, their looks, their dresses, what we wear. And it's important that we do not come off rude. You know, you don't want to be tagged a racist, you know, we shouldn't be that way for any reason. We should be accepting of people, of who they are. Even though you have your reservations, I have some things which I don't believe in, but I'm not gonna look down on someone else because of that's their way of life. And hopefully, if I'm able to influence that person, then that's okay. But it's not a big deal, because at the end of the day, it's not my life, it's their life, and they ain't gonna affect my life in any way. So yeah, let's be respectful for other people's culture, okay?